It's Super Bowl Sunday, and here's a look at NRG Stadium in Houston, site of Super Bowl 51.
We are just a half hour away from kickoff. The fans, of course, excited to see the Falcons take on the Patriots. Good evening. Happy Super Bowl. I'm Valentina Wilson.
And I'm Wes Goforth, and we're watching it very closely tonight. Tonight's big game is our big story. Will newly crowned NFL Most Valuable Player Matt Ryan upstage Tom Brady? Or can terrific Tom cement his legacy as arguably the best quarterback in NFL history with a fifth Super Bowl championship?
That's 5 rings there. Five.
One for the fun.
Lady Gaga, of course, is sharing few details about her halftime performance, but some are speculating that a special guest might actually join her on the stage. You'll have to wait for that one. Jeff Ealing has a preview tonight from Houston.
The fans.
Falcons rise up!
The players. The excitement.
You see it right there?
All the pieces are in place for a historic Super Bowl showdown in Houston.
We're going to win. That's what the Pats do.
We don't care nothing about the Brady Bunch.
The headline, the veteran versus the first-timer. Patriots quarterback Tom Brady already has 4 championship rings. Matt Ryan is hoping to win the Atlanta Falcons their first.
Well, I feel really good about my game, for sure. You know, I'm confident in what I can do.
Brady is facing more than one opponent this time around. The 39-year-old still battling the ghosts of Deflategate and NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell's 4-game suspension at the beginning of the season.
It was litigated, as you know, extensively, so we're moving on from that.
The attention should be on this game.
While both men brush off the controversy, Brady did show some emotion when talking to reporters.
Well, I think my dad is my hero because he's someone that I look up to every day.
So far, both teams seem to be embracing the festive atmosphere.
This is an opportunity of a lifetime. I mean, ever since I was a little kid, I didn't think I was going to go to the NFL.
Some even acting like fans themselves when asked about Lady Gaga's halftime show. The singer and her team have been rehearsing for months.
I want to keep as much of the show to surprise as possible.
Other big names getting involved. Country music star Luke Bryan will sing the national anthem. And former President George H.W. Bush, recently released from the hospital, will do the ceremonial coin flip with wife Barbara.
More than 1 million people expected to come to the city of Houston to experience the NFL, but only 70,000 or so lucky fans able to go inside NRG Stadium to see Super Bowl 51 live. Now, as for the security situation, no credible threats against the Super Bowl, but we've got local, state, and federal authorities all working together. In fact, working in conjunction with private companies like Verizon to monitor cell phone traffic just to make sure nothing unusual takes place. Jeff Ealing, ABC News, Houston.
All right, and you can catch all the action in just a half hour by switching over to our sister station, Fox Eastern Carolina. After the game, the new show 24 Legacy will preview.
Lots of us will cheer tonight for Eastern Carolina native and Falcons receiver Justin Hardy. His #1 fan is in Houston for the game. We're talking about his mom. Bridgeton Elementary held a send-off for Tara Hardy this week. She's a teacher's assistant at the school. Justin's sister Keisha and big brother Brian will also root on their favorite player tonight.
All right, area sports bars and restaurants put the finishing touches on the big game preparations late this week. Fans are packing in tonight. The bars have overstocked their pantries and refrigerators for what could be the best day of business all year.
And here's one of the big hot spots, Famous Subs Pizza and Bakery in New Bern. The bakery is open until 8 tonight, the restaurant until 9. Lots of football favorites, including these chocolate-covered strawberries. Hey, they're even celebrating a big birthday, Super Bowl Sunday. We'll show you that part of the story in just a few minutes.
I'm meteorologist Donnie Cox on Super Bowl Sunday. The temperatures are nice out there, but hey, it's getting dark now. The temperatures get cooler. Makes it great to go and watch the Super Bowl, huh? Take a look. We're looking at mainly the upper 40s to the north, low 50s to the south. Nothing showing up on radar. A dry night across Eastern Carolina. And as we take a look at the satellite radar together, can't find a cloud out there. Some of the little areas of showers or brief drizzle this morning have now pushed well offshore, and you can see the clear skies over the top of us. Now for the rest of the night for you, looks like about 46 degrees starting out, and we're not going to fall much back to the low 40s with all this clear skies you see out there through tonight. I'll show you what to expect for the upcoming week. Includes some rain, maybe even a thunderstorm or two. Those details coming up.
In Onslow County, we're learning of a building fire off Halls Run Road. Dispatchers say they started receiving calls from people along the road about 9 o'clock last night. Officials say the building was in a heavily wooded area and had no postal address. 4 volunteer fire departments responded along with the Forestry Service.
Hazmat crews in Fayetteville worked to contain leaking fuel from an overturned tanker truck this morning. Troopers said the tanker fueled up about 10 o'clock last night and crashed shortly after on Murchison Road and Bernadine Street. Those roads were closed while crews worked to clear the scene this morning. The tanker was carrying 8,000 gallons of gasoline. The driver suffered minor injuries.
We're getting details on an officer-involved shooting in Lincolnton, northwest of Charlotte. Police say a man stole a Humvee from the National Guard Armory and led them on a chase Saturday. Deshaun Brown talked to neighbors.
Lincolnton residents found it hard to believe their small and normally quiet town now engulfed in a massive crime scene.
It's kind of like scary.
For hours, investigators gathered evidence piece by piece across at least 3 different crime scenes. For these residents, one scene unfolded in their backyard where police found the stolen Humvee nearly a mile from the crash.
Everyone was like in the house yelling. My uncle from next door, he came and he was just like, you guys do know that there's like police right there in your yard.
And the car is still running, I think.
Among the biggest of the scenes happened here along East Main Street, where investigators say the person driving that stolen Humvee crashed into 2 different cruisers before an officer shot at the suspect.
This is the first time things of this magnitude has happened. But I guess it could happen certainly anywhere.
Today, we also spoke with a woman off camera who worked near the crash on East Main Street and said she witnessed the shooting. Hours later, the woman was still shaken, but thankful no one else was seriously hurt. Tonight, others are still taking precautions.
I feel like they have everything under control, but it's just for protection, we're staying inside for the most part.
In Lincolnton, Deshaun Brown, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
Today wraps up the last day of the Carolina Chocolate Festival in Morehead City. The event featured all kinds of activities from pudding eating competitions to yummy tastings. The festival is a charitable organization, and organizers say they would give about $500,000 in all to charity this year.
Let's keep it focused on the food this Super Bowl Sunday. When Famous Subs and Pizza opened in New Bern, its first customer just about walked out empty-handed. 34 years later, the restaurant has expanded. News Channel 12's Matt Bylis talked to that first customer today as he celebrated his 93rd birthday at his favorite restaurant.
Famous Pizza and Subs started off with humble beginnings.
They didn't like the way the building looked for some reason. They didn't like the menu and they walked out.
That very first customer was Tommy Thompson.
Hey, you're going to join us.
Okay.
Because
all right.
Good friends as any of us.
That's right.
Famous owner Tony Voyatsis told Thompson and his wife if they didn't like the food, it was on him. They've been loyal customers ever since. Thompson says he's never had a bad meal there, except for maybe one time.
I had a pizza one time and it had a bubble on it. And I complained about that bubble. and Grandma said, well, you know, pizzas have that.
Thompson is a World War II veteran, drafted while he was studying at Auburn University. Family members tell me he was instrumental in engineering the first nuclear submarine. He came to Famous to celebrate his 93rd birthday.
He said, you know what? If you're going to start serving breakfast, I'm not going to come in because I can't eat lunch and dinner and breakfast at the same place.
Voyatsis has brought his business a long way since Thompson first came in. In 1989, he got rid of the old building and built the one that's standing today. In 91, he added the banquet room Thompson is celebrating in. And in 2016, he added the bakery.
Well, it's really 42,431 days.
Thompson says he'll spend many more at the restaurant that holds a special place in his heart.
Nothing wrong with 93 if you live to be 94.
Famous will celebrate its bakery's 1-year anniversary with a ribbon cutting Thursday morning at 11:30. Reporting in New Bern, Matt Bylis for News Channel 12.
And the owner says Famous might expand its bakery by opening up small shops in different towns across the area. They sent us some great little treats tonight. We're having our own Super Bowl party right there in the newsroom.
Yes, thanks to Tony, and happy birthday, Tommy, and many more to come, we hope. 42,000 days. That sounds a little longer than 93 years old, huh? We're going to show you the town tonight where the footballs for tonight's big game are made.
And the new festival it created to celebrate is reminiscent of New Year's Eve.
Well, as you head out to those Super Bowl parties tonight, the temperature is not too bad. In fact, we're running about 15 to 20 degrees above where we were this time yesterday. That's positive. We're warming up. It'll continue through the first part of the week, and I'll show you coming up after the break.